Hi guys, how's it going? It's R10 and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about the 5 things you can do to save your first 10,000 rands. The first thing is intention. You need to be intentional about it. You need to set it as a financial goal that this year, by the time the year ends, I need to have 10,000 rands. The thing is, it's not easy to save money, and if you are not motivated to do so, you are never going to save money. So if you have this saving 10,000 rands as your financial goal, then you are going to get it done. When you set it as a goal, at least you know that you are aiming at something, you are aiming at the specific amount. And it's not easy to save money, as I've mentioned. So if you don't really have this amount in your head, but this is something that I am working towards, then it's going to be very much easy for you to be distracted along the way, and you're just gonna go back to square one where you have nothing in your bank account. And sometimes the idea of saving money is bashed. People be like, why am I saving money? I can't just save money for something. I need to have a reason why I need to save money. Sometimes you don't need to have a reason why you are saving money. You don't need to have this purchase that you want to make for you to save money. You can just save money because financial stability is a goal to you. And when you have this goal in your head that you need to have this specific amount in your savings and investment, that is you setting yourself up for financial stability. So you can just start today, and trust me, one day that amount that you are just putting aside for no reason is going to help you. And if you do not have a reason why you are saving money, let that be the reason why you are saving money. If you think about it, if you have nothing on you, if you have nothing in your bank account, in your investments, every month when you get paid, you chow all your money and you literally live paycheck to paycheck. One day when you need money, you are going to resort to debts. So maybe then debt should be the reason why you are saving money. You're just trying to set yourself up for this kind of days where it's going to be rainy and you are not going to go to debt because you have something in your bank account that can actually help you pull through those moments in your life. And maybe one day an investment opportunity might present itself and your savings will come through for you. There's this other book that my friend read, and one day we're just having a conversation around money, and she said that the author wrote that there was this investment opportunity, I think it was property, and he took his own savings to get into property. So if you think about it, you are never just saving money for nothing. One day that money will help you either to stay out of debt or to get into business, and that business that you are now getting into is going to give you more money, and then you're going to take that money and you're going to invest in other investment vehicles that will actually help you reach your financial freedom very early. So don't ever feel like you are saving money for nothing. I don't think there's such a thing as just saving money for nothing. Just because I don't have this one thing that I want to buy and I'm saving money, then I'm just saving money for nothing. And also be intentional about getting financial literacy. It's very much important that you get that knowledge. Even if it's like a little bit of knowledge, it's very much important to be confident in what you know and be confident in doing something. The thing is, if you don't know why you are doing something, no matter how many personal finance channels you subscribe to, how much personal finance content you consume, it is never going to make sense to you, and you are always going to go back to square one where you now chow your savings all the time. That is because you don't know what you are doing. And what is going to help you with this is reading personal finance books, guys. There are a lot of personal finance books. To just name a few, there is What's Your Move by Nicolette Mashile. There is How to Make Your First Million. There is Rich Dad Poor Dad. There is The Psychology of Money. I love The Psychology of Money so much because then you get to understand why human beings react the way that they react towards money. And the one thing that I took away from that book is that do what is reasonable to you. Don't do what other people are doing, Don't let somebody come to you and say what you are doing is wrong, or instead do this. Hence, I said that when you know what you are doing and why you are doing something, you'll be able to say it with chest, with confidence that no, I'm not going to invest in that you are saying I must invest in because of 1, 2, 3. So you getting financial education is going to help you a lot to avoid people coming into your life and just disturbing your process of saving and investing. And to just talk about doing what is reasonable for you for a minute, guys, stick with what you know. If you know saving money in a traditional savings account, stick with it. If you know investing only in ETFs, stick with it. Just because you saw somebody saying that they split their money, putting some into unit trust, money markets, retail bonds, and all of these million things that are out there, that doesn't mean you need to also do that. Like, you could just stick with what you know and you can still do well. So I know this guy where he was working, he was getting 10,000 and his monthly expenses were less than 5,000. That guy took 5,000 and saved it with ABSA, right? And somebody might be like, you could have just taken that money and invested it. He didn't know that. So he stuck with what he knew, and that money helped him one day when he lost his job and he just went to ABSA and be like, okay, can I have my money back now? I need it. So sometimes you don't need to know all of these things that are about personal finance, investing in this, hedging, a lot of things. You could just stick with what you know and you can still do well. You could just save your money in a traditional savings account, invest through easy equities on ETFs, and you can still do well. You could do better than most people. So stick with what you know. The second thing is to have a budget in place. It's very much important to have a written budget in place, guys. This is something that every single month before you get paid, or even after you get paid, you look at it and say, when I get paid, this is what I need to focus on. I need to put money here, pay this, pay that, and then see how much you are left with. And if it's your first time drawing up a budget, focus on your net income that you get, the one that comes into your bank account. Take that money, deduct firstly your fixed monthly expenses, and the money that you are left with, split it between savings and investments and entertainment. But you need to prioritize your savings and investments. You cannot spend more on you than you are spending on your savings and investments. Those two needs to be prioritized. And actually, when you are done with your budget, when you know that every single month from the 10,000 that you get, you are going to spend 6,000 on monthly expenses, then maybe take 3,000 and put it into your savings and investments, and then the remaining 1,000 is for you to enjoy. So you always need to prioritize your savings and investments. And the importance of having a budget, guys, is that you know where your money is going. A lot of people just wonder why they're broke, why they're always out of money, why they're living paycheck to paycheck. Is because they never took a time out of their busy life to just sit down and face their finances. It's very much important that you know your money. You need to be confident with your money. You need to know your money from number 1 to number 100. You need to be sure of it. So sometimes you are not broke. It's simply because you lack money management skills, and you lack money management skills because you don't have a budget in place. The only way you are going to be able to manage your money is when you have a budget in place, because you're going to know that when the month ends, I have to pay rent, I have to buy this and that, and then I have to put this much into your savings and investments. And that's how you get to save money, by just having a budget in place where you know that you don't even negotiate with yourself after paying your bills. You have this much to save and invest. And another advantage about having a budget in place is that you will be able to see that you are maybe overspending on some things that are not important in your life, and you're going to cut back on that. So have a budget in place. It's going to help you a lot. And if your finances are messy, just come to terms with that and sit down and draw up a budget. There is no use in you saying that, my finances are already a mess, why should I draw up a budget? Just take it up on yourself to do that and see how that is going to benefit you. The third thing is to pay yourself first. This means that when you get paid, the first thing you do is to put money into your savings and investments. And as I have mentioned, that's what you need to prioritize. So every single month, before you pay your bills, before you put your money into anything, before you buy that dinner because you just got paid and you don't feel like cooking today, just put money into your savings and investments. And honestly, this is easier to do when you have a budget in place. If you don't have a budget in place, it's going to be a bit tricky for you to prioritize paying yourself first if you don't know how your money is structured. So pay yourself first, put money into your savings and investments. And what is usually said is that take 15%, at least 15%, and put it into your savings and investments. If you are earning 10K, then put 1.5 into your savings and investment. That is 15% of your 10,000. And honestly, if you just live by this simple rule, then you are going to progress so much in your finances, because you know that this certain percentage is dedicated to your savings and investments. And guys, we don't get the same amount of money. Some people are only able to save and invest 10%. Some people are able to save more, save 30%. It's pretty much okay for you to be able to only save 10%, save and invest 10%. And if that is the case and you're earning 10K and you're able to save and invest 1,000, and maybe just take that 1,000 and split it to say 50% is going to go to your savings and then 50 is going to go to your savings and investment. You could still see some light even though you are only able to just save that 10%. And don't ever think you are saving too little. The reason why you might feel like that is because you're comparing yourself to people that are able to save 30% of their income. Our pockets are not equal. So me being able to save 800 every single month, you could find that that is me saving 30% of my income, you know? So again, do what is reasonable to you. As long as you are just working on that muscle of saving and investing every single month, that is gonna go a long way. And in case if you wonder where you are gonna save or invest that money, you could just go and open a separate bank account where you are going to save your money and register on Easy Equities. Open that Easy Equities account and start buying ETFs today. You are never going to go wrong with ETFs, and they're the most safest way to invest. I love ETFs personally. I've never went wrong with them. So just get onto the app, guys, and decide which one you are going to buy. There are a lot of ETFs. Some are good, some are pretty, you know. Just go and pick the one that you want to go with. So pay yourself first. Prioritize that element in your life. And that is going to help you build the financial stability. That is going to make you feel that you are progressing financially. Trust me, it's going to make you feel good. You're never going to feel like, oh my God, I have a lot of things happening in my life, but there's this one area in my life that is lacking. That area is going to lack only if you do not prioritize it. So squeeze it into your budget, make a plan for it, and see how much you are going to have that peace of mind every single month, knowing that you are working towards something, which is just financial stability or financial freedom. The fourth thing you can do is to focus on smaller goals. For you to have 10,000 by the end of the year, you're gonna need to invest or save 833 rands every single month. That is 10,000 divided by 12, you're gonna get the 800. And when somebody tells you to save 800 every single month, it sounds doable. But when somebody says aim at saving 10,000, you're gonna feel like, oh my God, how am I gonna get there? But if you just break it down to smaller amounts, and work on that amount every single month, you are gonna see a huge difference. You're going to be consistent, and you will see that, okay, getting to this goal is actually not so difficult, but it's going to require a bit of discipline, because then every single month you will need to make sure that 800 is leaving your bank account. And you make no mistake there, but to just make sure that every single month that money leaves your bank account and you put it either into your savings or investments. And I actually find focusing on smaller goals very much effective, guys. So what I do is that I have a budget, and I know that every single month I am able to save and invest this amount of money, and I should do that. So I look at every single month and just taking it down as it comes. This month, by the end of the month, after I get paid, I make sure that I'm going to save and invest that money that I have on my budget. And for me, it's going to be a small win, and I will just be focusing on the smaller goals, because that is what I know that I can afford to save and invest every single month. So it's a win for me to say that, okay, this month I'm able to save this much, you know. So it's the very same thing that you can also do, to know that every single month the goal that you have is to save 800, and then you know that by the end of the year, you're going to have this 10,000 either in your bank or your investments. And when I hit my first 10,000 rands, I was like, this is so doable. I don't want to say so easy. I was like, this is so doable. So once I hit it, I was like, okay, I can be able to hit 15. I can be able to hit 20. And the one thing that I'm going to say is that life is not linear. I say this all the time. This month you can be able to save, and then the next month you might not be able to save. It's life, guys. Things happen, and sometimes you just use up all your money because of the things that have come up, and it's okay to not have anything to save and invest. For example, for me this month, the February, I didn't have anything to save and invest, as much as it's a bit like I'm feeling a bit, you know, but I'm just like, there's nothing that I can do. There is nothing that I can do, because I don't have that money. I've committed that money somewhere else. But I know that this month I get a chance. I must just save and invest that money. So if you are going to now jump onto this journey where you are now having these financial goals, just know that it is not going to be the case that you will have that money to save and invest. Things come up in life and you won't be able to save or invest as much as you usually do. But then maybe what you can do is that if this month you are not able to save the 800, next month if you can save 900 or 1,000, save it. Just try to catch up like that, and at the end of the year you'll be able to hit your goal. So it's always about the small things that you do, not the big things that you do, but the small things that you do that is going to get you to the point that you want to get to. So focus on smaller goals and they're going to lead to a big goal. The last thing you can do is to automate your savings if you can. Personally, I don't do it. Some people have debit orders where at the end of the month, automatically the money goes from that one account to their savings account or their investments. I don't think I'm at that point in my life where I can do that. So I don't do that. I just make sure that when I get paid, the first thing I do is to just move that money and move it into my savings or investments. And this helps actually to automate your savings or to either do what I do. It helps because once that money is out of sight, is out of your mind. If you have that money in your bank account and you just let it sit there and say, okay, I'm going to wait until I have paid all my expenses to move this money, you might not, So you either need to automate your savings or just make sure that when you get paid, when you sit down with your budget, move that money into your savings or investments first thing, because you know your budget, you know that even if you have moved this money, you will still be able to pay your bills. You're like at this point you will be knowing your numbers, so you wouldn't be shaken because you would also have allocated money to your entertainment. So saving money, putting it into your savings account or investment account that you have is not going to shake you up anyhow. So yeah guys, those are the 5 things that you can do to save your first 10,000 rands. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was informative and encouraging for somebody to start their savings journey. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Bye.